Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is my 17th video. I'm your host, Lady Calamere. And today I'm going to be talking about Moldavite. It's a wonderful stone. It's actually a tektite, not a crystal. It does not have a crystalline structure, okay? It's made of silicon dioxide, and aluminum oxide. It also has some amounts of iron, sodium, potassium, manganese, oxygen, and potassium. Did I mention that? But it is not a crystal. It's a very powerful stone. It's found only in Czechoslovakia. So if they say, oh, I found Moldavite and it comes straight from Mexico, or if it comes straight from Spain or Guatemala, they're lying. And there's a way to fake Moldavite. I'll get into that. Especially when they say red Moldavite or blue Moldavite or lime green Moldavite. You can bet your bottom dollar it's bullshit, because Moldavite does not come in that color. So this is basically the color it comes from lighter. It could actually get darker than this. And it depends on where it comes from, of where it's going to be dark or not. Now, there's some nice ones from Bessednice, Czechoslovakia. Those are the one of the more expensive ones. They actually come in hedgehog shapes. Let me see. And lacy. First of all, let me recommend this book. Robert Simpson. He's an authority on this, on Moldavite. So let's look at this picture. And I have another book I want to recommend. But this is Bessednice. Something like this looks like a beam from Moravia. And he definitely lists this as Bessednice. As you can see, the hedgehog shape and also the lacy. This comes straight from Moldal, right by the Moldal River. I'm not sure exactly where these come from. So, Moldavite. It has, on a Mohs hardness scale, about 5.5 to around 6. It was created by a meteor that hit the Bohemian Plateau about 15 million years ago. It was a big one, and basically, as scientists said, it turned into a fireball, hit into the earth, went and literally drew the earth, inside the earth, into the molten, by the molten metal of the earth, and it was said to do a pole shift. That's what scientists have been discovering this, because there was a lot of debate on Moldavite, what it is, and stuff like that. And there's no question now of that. So Moldavite, it works with all the astrological signs, all of them. But it really goes with, it also has a very big affinity with Scorpio. Even though it works with all of them. The chakras, it works with all of them, but especially the heart chakra. Then, especially the heart chakra, but also the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. So it's a heaven and earth stone. It is a stone that fell from the heavens. And back in the day, in ancient times, all clear green stones were considered emeralds. So this was stories about this, an emerald that fell from the sky. Now, this is not an emerald. Emerald is a totally different chemical composition, which is, emerald is it's a it's a beryl, so it's aluminum silicate, beryllium aluminum silicate, that's colored with chrome or vanadium. Or vanadium. Sometimes it has both. But the emerald has about around a 7 to an 8 on the hardness scale. So this is not an emerald. Okay, totally different. Now, the thing is, when you clean your stone, please do not use salt. Do not use anything abrasive because you'll ruin the quality and you'll scratch it. Now, the quality of the stone is, they grade the Moldavite differently from other stones. They don't grade it by the translucent. They grade it by the size. So the bigger the size, it's the bigger the grade. And also this like texture, the rough texture. So if you see the more of this, or like this from this book, like this would be worth a lot, especially if it was that size. This is a great book by Baal Kadmon, Moldavite Magic, and I do have a little bit of his permission to go through it a little bit, and I do recommend this book. Never mind the bite marks from what my cats did to it. They do terrible, horrible things. So I have some great experiences with this book, and I did work with this book, and it's great. So if you want the information about the Moldavite, get this book by Robert Simmons. And when you want ready to do magic with it and meditations and mantra, I highly recommend Baal Kadmon's book. You won't, it's a little book, but it's a good book, you know. So he goes more into the magic. So you get the magic and some info, and you get the info. So these are two good books to have, and you could get them both on Amazon.com, or you can go on to Baal Kadmon's site. And he also does YouTube channels. Awesome. He's got a lot of awesome stuff. So Moldavite comes from the word Maldu, where the Maldu River was. And that's where it gets its name, not from mold, but you could remember it by mold green, Moldavite. I do highly recommend these stones. These are a high vibration stone, and when you pick them up, you'll notice a tingling or pop rock sensation, or like a heat, or like it's called the Moldavite Flush. It's like you never take too much of niacin, just a little bit too much, and you feel that flush. Well, it's going to start with the hands, and it's going to travel up to your arms, up to your heart area, up to your face, to your head. Some people literally have to put it down. And so even the little ones can give a big punch. So it's a very transformative stone. It's very loving, but very powerful. And you want to be aware of where you get them. You know, even in the 1800s when they were making jewelry, the reason why they stopped for a while of cutting it is because around the 1900s they found out that a lot of the Moldavites that were put into market were fakes, were glass. So it became unpopular for a while because of it. But thanks to Robert Simmons, it's become really popular, and he still has a shop, and it's called Heaven and Earth. Yeah, let me see. Yes, Heaven and Earth. But you know, this has his website, heavenandearthjewelry.com. Also, I recommend Exquisite Gems and Rough Stone. You can look the Rough Stone up on Facebook. That's how I found them, and this is where I got some of them. Beware where you get some of them at, because what's going on is people making glass, and some of them are getting real good, and they're getting molds, but you can still tell. Some of them just don't look right, or they look too shiny, or they all come in one shape, or the shape is wrong, or those big beads, those big monster beads, they're not real. Because the beads, they don't even come like that. And big palm-shaped stones, they don't come like that, gigantic ones. So that's a usual thing that's fake. Oh, I have red Moldavite. Fake. Ooh, blue Moldavite. Fake. Light green Moldavite. Look at this light green. Fake. Clear Moldavite. Fake. You're paying for glass. And some of them come in big spheres. You could tell there's something wrong with them. Please, please, please beware where you buy Moldavite. you know this expression, you get what you pay for? That's only half true. You get what you pay for if you're vigilant. So, those are, if you go buy from your local pagan store, they may end up having real Moldavite. Some of them do, and you could pick them up and you feel them. You could feel that flush. Also, you want to make sure, do you have a certificate of authenticity? Where did you get them from? If this, so just be on your lookout. And there are people, if you buy faceted ones, make sure even the beads have some swirls in it and some bubbles, especially the elongated bubbles. Because just the round bubbles tells me it's glass. Because when the meteorite hit, it comes a meteorite when it hits the earth. Okay, when this thing hit, it threw up the pieces of the earth. And someone went to ejecta, and others just came raining back. And let me tell you something, the asteroid and the rock literally went from solid, liquid to gas. It literally vaporized it. It literally became not just lava, but like vapor rock. It was so hot. And then it reformed. So you had like liquid. I mean, this thing is so hot. So it was showed that not only bubbles of where oxygen got in it too, but also like the elongated, where it could show that it went up and it went down. So be careful where you get them. Moravia is, like I said, is darker and it's bigger. Usually if it's 50 grams or more, it's usually Moravian. Some of the best ones come from Klum and a place called SLAVCE, all in Czechoslovakia. So Bessednice are one of the most expensive ones. And again, I'm going to show you this. Well, I don't know if I did or not. So, this is from Bessednice. And this is definitely Bessednice. This is probably Moravia. So, but this is what... And this is what the cut looks like. Very beautiful. And these are shaped. And this would be very expensive. And beads, yes, they do come in beads. But usually beads are fake. But you have to be careful where you buy them. See, this would be real. This guy sells the real deal. Now, this is a very transformative stone. And it is a very high vibration. Some people need to ground it. With especially when they're first working with it, you're not used to it, you may want to use a Herkimer diamond. Also, rounding stones, anything black, like black tektite goes great with this. Smoky quartz would help ground it. So would black tourmaline scroll would go with this. So with some people, it will make them go, wee, I'm hyper, I can't, my head is like 1,000,000 miles above the earth. And then some people feel actually grounded with it and actually feel calm. I literally have a friend, and they're both my friends. These two people are my friends. I love them to death. And when she gets in an argument, she says, do you want me to take this off? Because without it, she doesn't feel as grounded. And usually people who feel grounded with this are like called the store-born people. So anyways, this is something my friend Peggy gave to me. She's a wonderful person. She works with stones and she goes to different gem shows. She does lapidary and everything. So she knows what she's doing when it comes to stones, and she knows a fake ass Moldavite from a new one, from a good one, not new one, a real one, the real McCoy. But unfortunately, people are getting better at making fake ones, but they still cannot totally fake it. I mean, it could be taken into a lab, or you can look at it under under special lighting and see for the bubbles and stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, so Moldavite has been, its element is storm. Also, it works good with fire and earth. Now, it represents love as well as helping you to get rid of things that no longer serve you. So sometimes things are it's gonna shake the shit out of things sometimes. And sometimes you need to have things shaken up. If you're in a bad relationship, it may end it for you. You may not want it to end. You may want to feel like you need to be with this person, but this person's not good for you. It may end friendships. It may end a job that no longer serves you, or that's just sapping the life out of you. So it's going to do that. You might end up divorcing your other half because you're just not meant for each other. You're not good for each other. It also has a way of bringing things to light, bringing your emotions to light. And sometimes you may get freaking feeling depressed over it, but it's bringing it out and it's working with it. It's like a therapy stone. It's sort of like a hug from outer space. It's also like it also works like I guess like a teddy bear from outer space, or a blanket from a Snuggie from outer space. Now, anything I say should not be taken in place of therapy, psychiatry, medicine, whether it's over the counter or prescribed. It should not be taking place of a specialist, nor your primary care doctor, or an emergency room if you need it. Okay? Got it? Good. Okay. So it's going to help you dealing with your disease, or figuring out what disease it is. It's a great one for healers, but some healers really need to use a grounding stone. Also, what this does is starts absorbing negativity. It will literally start taking into itself, like sort of like Ganesha does. Like he can eat the negativity, and he can eat, just eat. Basically, this also Moldavite can eat your negativity the way Thor drinks mead. So anyways, also, so you want to cleanse it. And remember, it's an amorphous. Doesn't have any crystalline structure. People like to call it a crystal, but it's not a crystal. It's a tektite. And it comes from the Greek word tektos, which meaning, what's that, hot? Something like that. But it definitely comes from the Greek word, tektos. So this was actually they found these used as tools, arrowheads, and amulets. And one of the famous places where they found some Moldavites, where it was transported to, was where they did in the Venus where they dug up the Venus of Willendorf, and that was from Austria. One of the earliest known goddess statues, and yes, it would be a goddess statue. Some people tried to debate that in the pagan community, but they found amulets made of Moldavites. Why would you put amulets by something if it wasn't sacred? So, yeah, think about it. So, and it was debated by this guy who writes this book. I don't remember his name. I'm not going to mention it. He was saying, well, it could have been making fun of a chieftain's wife or something, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I'm not going to mention the name. So I love Moldavite. It's a great stone. It can literally open your spiritual eye, as it did with, Robert Simmons talked about his journey with Moldavite. and how it changed him and how it did things for him. And is going to also do things to help you manifest things in your life, though. And it's going to help you with healing and with magical powers and opening up the psychic powers. It's a very powerful psychic opener. It will really help you hone in those skills. But remember, this can act like really drill through the shit and get rid of the psychic blockages and those blockages that you contain, those stops that you put in. It will open them, and some people don't want that. And Moldavite, grounding, you're gonna probably need grounding because sometimes it can cause dizziness, or it can make you like get kind of weird feeling. Like some people say, you may not want to hold this while driving or working heavy machinery. I mean, these stones are really intense, and I've been working with crystals, and I've been in the occult since 1983, and it's 2021. So, and I've been working with crystals since I was 16 years old. And I have to say, the energy of the stone is so different from anything I worked with. And I've had meteorites. And I love the energy of that. I have so many stones. Okay, I have enough to build probably a nice mansion with. Put them all together. But I worked with many different stones. Yeah, I wish I lived in a mansion, right? But anyways, I have like rubellite, black tourmaline. I've worked with a lot, and this is the only one that I know to give you that really flush, that warm feeling, the feeling that you're holding fire, and it's not burning you. But some people literally have to put it down, and it's gonna open up if you have an aversion to loving yourself or loving others, you may have an aversion to this color, and you may need to work with it. And it will really open up your facilities to love yourself and others. It's great protection stone. It's going to protect you from negative entities that want to destroy your life and ruin you. So I've used this in Enochian magic. And I've used it to help me, with the ether magic, and to rise above the ethers, and to get into ether, and to help protect me. And I had great success using crystals, especially this. So, thing is, this is also called a Holy Grail stone. There is debates on what the Holy Grail is. Could be all things. It could be, Mary Magdalene is called debated as a Holy Grail. They say that it may have just been a stone or the actual cup. According to lore, Napoleon was looking for it, and they said that he found it and was given it to him. Well, was found for him, and he was disappointed because the glass was made. The Grail was made of glass. But that's what Moldavite is. It's a type of glass. It's a tektite. It's not the type of glass that you would, drink a beer out of, like it comes a bottled beer. And yes, these were used as drinking cups. However, I would not suggest using it as a direct elixir, especially for a long time at all. I would use it as an indirect elixir, unless you know what you're doing, because it does have aluminum in it. So, and it can leach out into your system. But people have used this as drinking glasses, But hey, Rome used lead pipes, and you know what lead can do to you. So, whatever. It's also said to be the jewel that fell out of the crown of Lucifer as he fell. However, that doesn't totally make sense, because if you really study Lucifer, he wasn't the one that fell. It was Samael. If you go by that myth and the stories, then you would say it came out of his crown. However, it's not an evil stone or anything else like that. I'm not calling Samael evil either. So, I'm not going to get into that because it's not the appropriate thing to talk about, or the subject with Moldavite, because then I'm going to go off subject and then, you know. So, this is a wonderful thing to help you with dreaming and to remember your dreams. If you want psychic dreams, you can tape this on your third eye. And you can also use it with Herkimer diamond to help you remember your dreams, especially if you're having problems dreaming or remembering your dreams, just with Herkimer diamond. This works great with obsidian, but obsidian is the thing that it gives you the truth, nothing but the truth. And you look at it and it's not going to sugarcoat it. So if you want to sugarcoat your truth, you can use this with snowflake obsidian. But obsidian itself is a great scrying stone. It's great for use as a black mirror. But this stone is like, I am so addicted to this. I love it. I just want more. I want more and more Moldavite. I'm really in love with this stone. This is all the Moldavite I have. I had another piece that got knocked down on the floor and vacuumed up. And before I knew it, I threw it out. I was like, oh, man. So, this is good to do aura healing, to empower the aura, to seal the aura, to help protect the aura. As it's also, some people use it for healing, but some people say it's not the extreme strong suit of this. And you may want to combine it with another stone. However, I had success with using it for healing, especially for my man, when he was having eye problems and he could have gone blind from it. And I used it in conjunction with Danvantari from this book. And he gives a Danvantari mantra. And I did my own flair with it, but it worked. And it was, you know, it worked very, very well. Okay, for the Moldavite magic, to attract money, which is good for, to compel someone to be attracted to you. Be careful with this one. To promote physical healing, to enhance your psychic powers and hidden knowledge, and to control spiritual entities. So that's what he has in here in this book. So other things about this crystal is that the thing is it holds immense potential. Let me set up. It holds great potential for things, especially for direct interdimensional communication, and talking to, some people feel like they communicate with other entities from interdimensional and other entities of this dimension, and that it can actually help you communicate with different entities, angelic or ascended masters, people, their spirit guides, their spirit animals, different saints, and those guides that help you. So also, not only can this help you communicate with the people who passed on and who are self-realized, this can also help you do the same thing with yourself. Now, I'm not talking about killing yourself or anything. I'm saying to help self-realize. So it's a self-realization stone. And it has been compared to the Agni Muni stone. So this is also for deeper work of spiritual realization, not just for like I want money, I want to attract food, I want to attract abundance, but this also helps you towards the great work of self-realization of who you are, to empower yourself, to become better than you were before, for the betterment of you, your environment, and anyone around you as a whole, or society as a whole. So this can communicate with your inner Buddha. Everyone has that inner Buddha within them. Everyone has a capacity, if they want, to become spiritually realized and to actually change. If you look at the stories of Ashoka, and that wheel on the Indian flag is Ashoka's wheel, where he went and became a tyrant who made hell on earth for people, to where he became a self-realized Buddha and made heaven on earth for people. And he changed his ways, and he did so much good. He did good for people and animals. And in fact, he made laws against certain, like animal cruelty. He made up places for people and animals to heal. I mean, he did immense good. That's why his flag is on the Indian, his wheel is on the Indian flag. Sorry, it's late here. So also, this stone will help you really connect with nature. And not only nature, not only with the nature spirits of earth, but like I said, it's a heaven and earth. So it's going to connect you with the heavenly beings and the earthly beings. Even people have connected with the fairy realms with this. And it's going to really help you connect with interdimensional vibes. This is a stone of illumination and ascension, like I said before. And it's really going to expand your vibrational scope and your spectrum. And it'll help you see the things you need to see, and see things clearly. And to even hear things clearly, and know things clearly, and feel things clearly. And this actually works extremely well, not just with the heart, but also the third eye chakra, extremely well. So it's going to also amplify and intensify different crystals around it. So if you want to use quartz with it, it can amplify that. It can amplify the energies of whatever stone you want to use with, especially celestite. It will work very good with that. But also intensify things. This stone right here does not have a polarity, but it seems to just, direct energy and pull in energy as if it does. This is great for when you're doing divination, psychic work, mediumship, spirit communications, working with your pendulum, your tarot, even your runes. That'd be cool if I could afford to have runes made of Moldavite. That would be cool. I don't know if I could do, because of the paint and everything and the graininess. I haven't seen any Moldavite runes, but then that would be extremely expensive. 24 pieces, all as almost the same shape, so. Anyways, this stone is also great for chakra activation. So if your chakras are blocked, not spinning right, or some are spinning too slow, some are spinning too fast, it can help balance it and remove any blockages, like I said before. It helps you with synchronicities. It has increased incidents of synchronicities. So not only this is like this could be used for love, but also true love, spiritual love, unconditional love. It's like a love stone in that way. And it's also a power stone. It will increase your power. Great for spell work. So when you place this on your heart chakra, it helps if you feel homesick and you're away from home, or for those who just don't feel connected to this earth and feel they really don't belong on this planet, they belong somewhere else. This is a good stone. And it helps you with detachment. So it helps you to detach from things that you need to, and people that you need to detach. So in a psychological way, it's good for that. It helps when you have issues, and you're dealing with issues and you're going through some shit. This can help you, and it can help you feel more secure on this planet and in this life. It's an inspiration stone, and it can help you move forward and help you, maybe if you're having writer's block or artistic block, this can help you. And I would say this is really good for the artist and the writer. And for those who do any type of arts, it's a great a stone of inspiration. It will also help you with the Akashic records, because it really like downloads things. I could say from the Akashic record, and things from the light body, and things from the astral, to make it, to help you access it and make it more conscious to you. And things that are in the subconscious, things that you have locked away, maybe some trauma that you need to work at, it can literally reveal things that your brain kind of tucked away. So it also will raise your personal vibrations. Like I said, it's a high vibration stone, very high. So Moldavite is a stone of good luck and good fortune. So gambling spells. Again, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it has helped me in some things, and with good luck spells. It will also help you to remove, as good luck, it will also remove bad luck. So if you're having a bad stroke, you feel jinxed, this can also be used to help remove curses, to uncross the situation, to really burn away shit that is being sent at you. So if you're under constant psychic attack, a good thing for you to wear is Moldavite. And you also want to communicate with it. Sometimes you just need to do some tapping and just get it to activate. Sometimes you rub it like this. Be careful, don't dig your nails into it. And just breathe on it. And really, that's one of the ways you can activate it. But you also need to cleanse it when you get it. And you can leave it out under starlight. You could put it in the sun for a bit, for maybe about a half hour. Or into the moonlight. You can also use sage and stuff, or smudging. But be careful when you're using other stones with this and you put it in a little bag. Be careful with that, because you can really destroy your Moldavite. It can really start chipping in, and you end up having Moldavite crumbs or crumbles. I've heard horror stories about that, and it's really sad, because Moldavite is expensive, depending where you get it. If you can get it at wholesale, that would be great. Because, last time I checked a few years ago, it was up. It wasn't as expensive as gold, but it was getting up there. And it depends on, like, what quality. If you get museum quality and you get something like this big, say about this big, you might be paying about $1,000. And then that could be like this and like this. So, or at least like some people pay $600 to $1,000. So, yeah, they can run you prices, and you put it in a bag and have stones in it. You just fucked up your stone. So, anyways, like, this wasn't like $1,000, but as you can see, I kind of invested some money into this. But this one was a gift, and this one was a gift by my friend James. My friend James sent me this one. And I just put it on a different chain because the chain broke. But thanks. I really like this. That was nice of you, if you're watching this. So thank you to Peggy and James. And I knew, I really wasn't in tune to Moldavite till I got this as a gift from Peggy, and I just fell in love with it. I mean, the vibrations were like, oh my God. And I know this looks like a pit from like a plum or something, or prune, like a dried prune, I should say. Some of them come in dried prune shapes. I call this my dried prune, or like the pit. So other things about this, which is interesting, it also vibrates to the number 6 and the number 2. The number 6 and the number 2. So what's good for healing, and stones that you use should use this for healing, is angelite, celestite, aquamarine, lapis lazuli, and diamond is a good one with this. Also for emotional healing, definitely blue amber. And Indonesian blue amber or Dominican blue amber. Very beautiful. Yes, there is natural blue amber. I have a lot, so. But that's for a different discussion. I do find this works good with Nellite, which is also called a honeystone. And Nellite's a very high vibration stone. And Nellite is a combination of tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye, and piedicite. And that comes from a place in Africa, Namibia. But this only comes from Czechoslovakia. Be aware, like I said, places like China and India, be on your guard. And be on your guard for like giant beads. They're not real. And ball shapes, a lot of them, I mean, you can, just looking at them, you could tell something's not right if you're and if you know about Moldavite. But like you hear the thing, a sucker's born every day, and unfortunately some people end up buying cut Moldavite. They pay for what they think is cut Moldavite, and it's just cut glass, and they got ripped, unfortunately. And now they're making, of course, because Moldavite has become back onto the market as jewelry, but also crazy amounts for spiritual, metaphysical, and magical stuff. Now, the stuff from Besanice is going to be really expensive because that's all mined out. And also what's going on in Czechoslovakia is now they're not allowing anyone to see. Sometimes you could just sift the soil and find them. I mean, farmers were just able to you would get in the way of when they would mow their farms and the grass, and it would, But what's happening in Besanice is pretty much all mined out, or they're not allowing any more mining. They will not allow you to dig more than a meter deep unless you pay the Czechoslovakia government, the Czech Republic government, and you have to have permission, because I can see them wanting to make money, but also not to have their lands, you know, dug up. So this is becoming more and more rare. If you see one, snag it if it's real. And like I said, exquisite gems, rough rocks, and heaven and earth, you definitely know you're getting the real stuff from them. Okay? So like these would be lower quality. These are like the little chips are considered lower quality. And it's not bad. I mean, it still packs a punch, but when you go into the gem and stuff, there, you know, this will be bigger quality. And like I said, the bigger it is, and the more like the rough texture, or like especially the Bessednies. Yeah, that's great stuff. Especially the stuff from, like I said, Clume. And well, anyways, I went over that. So, like I said, this is the only tektite that's known as gem quality and used in jewelry. And Moldavite, you know what they call it, they find a meteoric action which has produced a Strewfield, Strewfield. So it's a very beautiful stone. So if you feel like you're burnt out, this is a good stone to really get you going again, to get the spiritual fire going in you, to have hope and awaken you to spiritual things, not just the mundane level, to go beyond the mundane, but it can help you with mundane activities. Great to help you with meditations. People have, when they feel they can't meditate, or if they don't feel like if their mind is a chatterbox, they have said that, and it has helped me with meditation. And it can really draw you into the meditative state. But some people need to have a black stone, like I said, a grounding stone. Even Boji stone will help ground you. So that's an actual good grounding stone to work with this. So the Moldavite can be like your expanded awareness stone that gives you that spiritual high that some people literally want to use drugs just to get that spiritual high. This can give you a spiritual high and give you a high for life, and make you high on love. So it's also, this will shine light into your darkest self. And when you feel that these inner nasties that feel like they're giants, they're titans, titanic things, that really make them small and show them how weak it really is. So this can really shine a light on your inner self and really accept who you are. And it will help you, like I said, to open you up to transformation, and to help you, you know, with your true real will, with your true work, who you are, to really embrace that. So sometimes this can create a crisis in a way to really get you to change, and it's for your best. But it's also a very loving stone too. So sometimes things have to be shaken up for shit to get done, you know. And some people have noticed that they because of Moldavite, they moved to a different state, or they literally moved from their home, and it was end up for their own betterment. And it really opened up the life's possibilities to them that they didn't feel they had before, or they felt stuck. And you never ever notice you get comfortable in your own shit, like your brain gets your brain gets used to smelling that same shit, so it doesn't recognize it right now until you leave the home and you come back. It's like, Damn, that litter box stinks. I better scoop it. Sort of lets you smell life that way. It's like, why am I so used to living in spiritual sewage and being treated like shit? It's time to change. So, and yeah, breakups are painful. Sometimes getting fired from your job is painful, or having to move is so friggin' horrible. But it can help you with better things in life. This thing is a fast acting stone. Some people have actually gotten hot flashes, dizziness, a little bit of nausea. Some people got woozy, like hee 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 hee, hi, wee, and headaches. But it takes an adjustment, and the adjustment to these symptoms will follow. And you're gonna, like, for me, when I first felt it, I was like, oh my God, I had to put it down. But now it's like, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. But sometimes I still have to put it down because it's just that fizzy wizzy. Or if I wear it against my chest, it took a bit. Even though it's not exactly directly on the skin sometimes, I just, sometimes I have to pull it out from under my dress and put it on top of my dress or my shirt because I need a little bit of a break. And it's going to expand your awareness to things. And sometimes it can be a visceral experience. But it's also a good experience. It gives things a kickstart. It gives you that green light to go. So sometimes it's going to end up doing good things for you, even though you're going to be, it will take you kicking and screaming to good things. So understand you can ask for things, but be careful what you ask for because you might get it, especially with Moldavite. Sometimes we'll show you, see, did you really want that? But sometimes you need to experience it so that you can move on. Maybe that person that you were desiring all your life is not good for you. Maybe that car you wanted really wasn't practical. Sometimes it's wonderful to have a Lamborghini, but, it's not practical where I live. I mean, I couldn't afford it anyways. And if I could afford it, I would move to a different place where it could be driven, where it wouldn't be destroyed by potholes and stuff. So, it's definitely, when you compare it to a car, this is definitely a Lamborghini. This thing can go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Woo, it's like a rocket ship. It's like being on a rocket ship with this. It also has a way to open yourself to your true self, your true spiritual self, that inner fire that's in you. It will connect you to that. It will connect you to things that all that was, that is, and shall be. Like, it just feels like it's just wants to take you to all different places. It shows you, it just almost feels like it shows you things. I can't explain it. It's sort of like connect you to different wavelengths. So I definitely would recommend you to have Moldavite. And if you're not ready to work with it, you can put it somewhere. Also, I noticed that, as Robert Simmons says, it's kind of a trickster stone in a way. It's not like a mean trickster. It's not like the Joker, or or the Marvel Loki doing horrible things just because it was fun, or because it was funny, or because it wanted to be mean. It's sort of like it tricks you into doing things that's actually good for yourself. You know. It also brings uncomfortable things to life. But also, some people have literally said that they put the stone here and that one day it disappears and it will show up like a week later, or they swear they put it in their pocket and it's in their drawer, or you put it in their coat and it's in your pants pocket, so it's kind of like A-ports, as it's called, where, and I don't know what's going on, if it's a spirit in the stone, or maybe people think they thought they put it there and they actually put it there and playing tricks on you. Or it could be spirits that are attracted to it and I think it's funny to put it there because maybe you need to take a break from it, or maybe you're not meant to have it, and like 2 years later you'll find it, or 2 months later you'll find it when you need it, and it's there when you need it, or something like that. And I think that happened to me already. It's like, I was like, where the hell did I put it? I don't remember putting that there. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? And believe it or not, my cats are, 2 of my 4 cats are destructive. I left a few of these on the altar, and it was still there. They didn't knock it on the floor and destroy it. It wasn't destroyed. It was like an hallelujah moment. Hallelujah. They didn't destroy it. They didn't knock it under the couch and shit. So that was stupid of me, but it kind of just did that. So it could be like that, in that fun trickster way, or a trickster for what you needed. Now, another thing is, it's definitely a Kundalini stone. It's good to work with Kundalini work, but only if you, okay, work with Kundalini once you know you should do it. And sometimes it will do it when it's ready, and this can actually activate it and get you ready for it, because when you have the Kundalini, you want to make sure your chakras are good. You want to make sure you don't have any blockages, because sometimes it may get stuck, or it could be a little bit painful. And that's happened to me where it got painful. But it, that's a different thing. Don't let it like frighten you or anything. I'm sure this would be great to make a pendulum with. I'm sure this would be, if it's shaped like that, you can get it shaped like a pendulum. Again, be careful where you buy it from. I wonder if, I bet if Robert Simmons would make it in a pendulum. Val Codman, you can't go wrong with this book. And it's not expensive at all. You can get it in hard print, or you can get it as a Kindle. I do recommend it, because he's going to give you some mantras and ways to cleanse it and ways to work with it. I have quite a bit of his books. The guy is a scholar, I'll tell you. It's going to help you, especially if you never worked with Moldavite before. So, other things, it gives you a kick in the butt to do things. Gives you a kickstart. Okay, on your mark, ready, get set, go. Don't walk to what you want. Run, run, run. So, also, it can help you past life work. Past life work. What you're meant to do. Maybe you can see, also tell you your future, what you need to do in the future, what you need to be doing now. And it will also take you back into your previous lives, or like years ago, to help you reconnect with it, so that you can build your wisdom, your knowledge and wisdom for that soul purpose, and get you ready for what's coming in the future. So this is an amazing stone, and it helps you to become one with the highest planes of consciousness and the cosmic energies and all that good stuff. So it's definitely an energy rush stone, and it's very beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. There's nothing like this on earth. So I want to thank you for watching. And if you like this video, give me a like and subscribe, and please share with people. I've been rambling on now for an hour. So for 1 hour. And as always, blessed be. And thank you so much. And have a wonderful day or night.